Hey guys, real quick before the video begins, I would like to say thank you very much for 2k subs, and I appreciate every last one of you who supported me. Never have I ever thought that I would be able to grow this quick in such a short amount of time. At first, I only uploaded videos for fun, and I never would have thought that I would grow this quick in just a matter of weeks. Thank you very much for all the support, and without any further ado, let's begin the video. This video is an analysis on my solo floor 6 run and my thought process while doing this run, as well as some dungeons tips and tricks. Before I begin a dungeon, I check to see that I'm in the correct armor as well as the correct pet, because I tend to switch around armor sets and pets to better fit different situations. I run Black Cat for room clear simply because it gives a lot of speed. I do not need the extra DPS or EHP while using a Hyperion, so I use the Black Cat to prioritize speed. If you like, you could go with DPS pets or EHP pets for the room clear. It doesn't really matter. Right as the door to the dungeon opens, I looked at my map to see the layout of the dungeon and know where the door is. For brown rooms, there are 3 ways to obtain the weirdo key or the checkmark. In the first room where I killed the shadow assassin, it is classified as a mini boss room. This 2x2 that I'm in is the only special variant, and it is known as the third type of brown room. It's a room where you have to kill both the mini boss and the mobs at this flight of stairs. You can only get the weirdo key after you kill both set of mobs. This third and final room is also known as the mob room. It's the second variant where you have to kill all start mobs to get the weirdo key. At the highest floor of this room, there are 4 crypts and a mini boss, but they are unnecessary to progress. Killing at them or not does not affect your final score. I would advise you guys to not waste your time on killing unnecessary mobs unless required if you want to stay alive. An example of mobs that you should kill regardless of whether or not they are necessary are the Widowmancers on floor 7, especially if they come in a group. The reason why I'm saying that Widowmancers are a necessary mob to kill regardless of whether or not they are starred is because they shoot homing skulls that deal a lot of damage, and it homes on towards you and stay on you no matter where you go. But they are only a real threat in floor 7. What I mean by that is, unless Hypixel changed Widowmancers on all floors and not just floor 7 specifically, you can skip that on floor 6 and below, as the Widowmancers do not deal a lot of damage on floor 6s and below. But only if you have good gear and stats. If you don't, I would recommend you killing them. Okay, here are some tips for the blaze puzzle. Never shoot with a bow with the spiritual reforge on it. And if you are an archer, try to stand in a spot where all blazes are on in the open, to make sure your archer double shot doesn't hit the blaze behind the blaze you are shooting and causing you to fail the puzzle. Also, you do not need to open the final chest for the blaze room or tic-tac-toe. As soon as you are done killing with all the blazes or finish with your final move, it'll give you the checkmark after a while. As for TP pads, however, when you walk into TP pads, every time you step on a teleport pad, your crosshair will realign to the correct teleport pad that you need to step on to finish the puzzle. I would recommend looking at the color of where you need to be. In my case, it will be lapis. And when you get there, look at where your crosshair is aimed towards and walk onto the teleport pad and where your crosshair is aimed towards. Okay, quick tip. Try to reduce your wait time when you use Super Boom TNT by doing something else after you place your Super Boom TNT down. Try to reduce as much downtime of not having anything to do as much as you can. Right here, instead of using Super Boom TNT and having to wait, I use my archer ability Explosive Shot. You can activate your regular ability without using the dungeon orb by holding down your sprint key and pressing your drop key, which in my case is CTRL and Q. If you noticed, instead of going for the last secret in the last room, I went into the puzzle room first because I saw that the puzzle room was riddles. There is a long wait time in between the first question and the first answer coming up, and there is a wait time in between each question and answer. What I did here was enter the room to trigger it and went back to grab a secret, then went back, essentially saving me 5 seconds or so of having nothing to do. However, once I got the secret, there was nothing else to do, so I sat quietly and let the questions run. In a perfect world, I will be able to grab secrets or get crypts in nearby rooms whilst waiting for the questions. Oh, I would also recommend going to riddles if you see it on the way wherever you need to be, so the next person that goes there doesn't have to wait for the first question to pop up. Also, I can definitely tell that a few of you guys are yelling at the screen, telling me that I missed the room on the way to Widowmancer, but let me tell you guys right here, it doesn't really make a difference since I'm playing solo, because I will definitely pass by that room again and I could just get a checkmark there later on. What I'm doing here is working from the farthest point back. Since I want you to save as much time as possible, I explored as much as I could whilst running calculations in my mind to make sure to get a perfect score. But please do note that a perfect score does not equate to your 307. That's what a perfect score would mean generally speaking, but getting a 300 score and getting a 307 score doesn't really change anything. So my definition of a perfect score would be a 300, since that means I didn't waste too much time grabbing unnecessary secrets and wasting precious time. Also, right here as I am cheesing old trap room, I know that since I cheesed trap room, I can skip another 3 secrets in total. 3 missing from trap and 3 from somewhere else to get a 300 score. Also, no, I am not bad at math. I know that 307 minus 6 is 301 and not a 300. But here's the thing, one secret does not necessarily equate to one exploration point. It depends on the total amount of secrets and rooms completed. There is a very specific formula while calculating the final exploration score. All of this is in the wiki and the link for the calculations will be in the description down below. This is my 4th attempt at recording this solo run. My first run went perfectly. I missed exactly 7 secrets, but that since I forgot that one secret does not equate to one exploration score, I got a 299 at the end. The 2 other runs were choke runs. I know that doing calculations during the run can make me miscalculate the amount of secrets I could skip, and my mind was really busy with calculating the amount of secrets and juggling between both rooms that I missed along with trap, so I only decided to skip 2 secrets along with trap room. My final score for this run was a 301, which meant that I could have skipped 1 secret and still be fine, but on the bright side, at least S+ was secured. Okay, from what I've heard, this is only really an issue for dungeons with under 40 secrets total. But I have no sources to deny or confirm this statement, so don't quote me on that. The rest of this run is basically set in stone. The hard part about a solo floor 6 run for me is the dungeon itself. The boss room is the easy part. Right about here is where I enter the boss room. This is where I switch from my mage gear to my archer gear. I have a few seconds where Sudan is doing his usual dialogues, and I use this time to switch to my Necron set, sell all my useless items like the revive stones, healing potion aids, and a few other stuff, and I use that time to put all the useless items into my backpack. Oh, and I've been getting a lot of questions asking me why I run a spirit pet for this portion of the fight. My reason being is that I do not need the extra EHP from a blue whale or a baby yeti, and I do not need the DPS from my dragon pet or my golem pet. So I'm a pet collector. I eventually want all level 100 pets, so I use my spirit pet to level it up. That's my reasoning. Oh, and I've noticed one thing in the party finders that still happens till this day. So what happens is that when a party teleports into the boss room, I see them immediately going towards the golems, attacking them, luring aggro and killing them from the start. Please do not do that. It slows down Sudan's dialogues and prolongs the fight unnecessarily. If you like to kill the golems, the best time to kill them would be during the terracotta phase when the terracottas have already spawned, or after you kill the giants. Do not touch the golems before the terracottas spawn, or after the terracottas despawn but the giants have yet to spawn. You can kill them during the giants phase where the giants have already spawned, but I would not recommend it, because if you do that, you'll be juggling between both giants and golems. Oh, and I've received a couple of Discord DMs asking me how I get good times for dungeons. So a few things comes into factor when you want good times: individual skill, gear, teamwork, team communication, and a good map. There are certain rooms and puzzles that we call speedrun killers. These rooms being Spider, the L-shaped room with the 9 secrets with spiders spawning at the very bottom. Rails, which is a 9 secret 2x2 room with the rail and it's really complicated to traverse. Super tall or tower, the room with the 6 secrets and a lot of withermancers where you actually go up, pull levers to proceed. And the 2 puzzles being ice walk and water puzzle. Personally, I prefer water puzzle over ice walk any day. Because of my connection to the Hypixel servers, it's really hard for me to complete ice walk without it breaking at least once. I really dislike ice walk unless I'm in the mood to throw runs. Oh, and if you're wondering what my connection to the server is, I get about 250 to 280 ms standard, and sometimes it goes up to 300 ms ping. Okay, for archers, I would recommend standing on the spot that I showed, and shoot your 4 boomerangs just as he is about to stop, and explosive shot as soon as he spawns in. If you have good gear with good stats, you can insta-kill Sedan, making it look like a one-shot. So that's basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.